If you are a classical homeschool mom, you have probably heard things like this. That's not classical, that's neoclassical. Or if you're in Charlotte Mason circles, you may have heard things like, that book is twaddle, Charlotte Mason would not approve. If you're an unschooler and you go to a co-op or somewhere around other homeschooling moms, you might be met with eye rolling or people that think you're a hero, depending on how they feel about unschooling. It seems like all of us moms have really differing opinions on the different styles of homeschooling. Is homeschooling really about us? Or is it more about our kids?
Changes every heart, and any heart can change you.
Hello and welcome back to our channel. I'm Colleen and this is Our Blessed Life. And today I'm participating in a collab hosted by Leilani at Living with Eve, and I will link her channel in the description box below, as well as the entire playlist for this collab. So this collab is all about finding your homeschool style and discussing the different types of homeschool styles that are out there. But my video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to serve two purposes. The first purpose is to help you understand that your homeschooling style is not as important as you think it might be. And the second one is to determine what exactly your homeschool style is. So I will show you a way to do that. If you're new to our channel, welcome. My name is Colleen and our channel is called Our Blessed Life, and I post videos about homeschooling, day in the life of a homeschool mom. We do a lot of homeschooling with me, curriculum reviews, and I do have a playlist on homeschooling in high school. I also do homemaking videos as well as family vlogs. So what is your homeschool style? If you're new to homeschooling or if you're considering homeschooling, you may not know yet, and that's okay. So if you've homeschooled for many years, you may find that your style has changed over the years, that we kind of go through seasons. Some of us, we start out in one type of homeschooling style and we move to something else. And some of us kind of like to pick the best of each one, and we become eclectic homeschoolers over the years. So I'm now in my 8th year of homeschooling, and I've homeschooled every grade except for 2nd, 11th, and 12th. So I have a 1st grader who was adopted from China in 2015. She is a special needs student, and she is in 1st grade, and I've homeschooled her since preschool. And I also have a 15-year-old daughter named Katie, and she is in 10th grade this year, and I've homeschooled her since 3rd grade. Reading blog posts and watching other YouTube videos on homeschooling styles, you'll see very quickly that they're directed to you as the homeschool mom. What style do you prefer to use to teach your kids? How do you prefer for your kids to learn? But it's usually stated that the homeschool style is for the mom, not the kids. Okay, so story time. We started homeschooling when my daughter Katie started 3rd grade. She was in public school through 2nd grade, and we decided to homeschool her in 3rd grade. So our first year, we kind of used a box set of curriculum, except that it was the online version of that. It wasn't like a textbook set. And we supplemented that with tons and tons of field trips. But after that year, I really thought that I wanted to do something more hands-on with her and not like an online school type of thing. So we joined Classical Conversations, and we kind of went all in on the classical model. We started doing Latin, we started doing Story of the World, we started doing history timelines and all the classical things. It worked okay for a while, but two things happened. First, Sophie came home. We adopted Sophie in 2015, right after Katie's 5th grade year. The classical model proved to be a very bad fit for Sophie. And then another thing happened. By 8th grade, Katie was getting more and more bored of the classical model, which does a lot of repetition, a lot of doing the same things over and over again. And Katie was pretty much over it. So by the middle of 9th grade, we left Classical Conversations and we kind of started charting our own way. So we dropped pretty much everything classical and we went with more of a Charlotte Mason approach with a little bit of a twist of traditional. So we learned very quickly of Sophie's love for worksheets. She loves her a good worksheet. Sophie was in her element with her worksheets, but I have to admit that I felt a little bit guilty because I was used to the battle cry, worksheets aren't classical. So really, what is the point of all of this? What is the point of the homeschool style? Isn't really the point to figure out what is the best curriculum for our children? Our children, not ourselves, our children. So maybe our homeschooling style just really doesn't matter as much as our kids' style does. For example, my daughter Sophie, I don't think that she would thrive with unschooling because she really does like a traditional approach. She really likes her worksheets, her flashcards, and her books. Also, I don't think the classical model works very well for her either, with a focus on memory work and repeating facts and things like that. She has childhood apraxia of speech, and she has a rare genetic disorder called SETD5. That all of that just kind of makes it very difficult for her. Katie, on the other hand, can go with the flow. I don't know that it matters as much what homeschool style she does. However, she can do classical, but she really prefers more of a Charlotte Mason style or traditional style. So we've become a little bit eclectic over the years, and we currently use a combination of Masterbooks curriculum, which is largely Charlotte Mason style, along with a little bit of Abeka, which is traditional, and a little bit of The Good and the Beautiful, which is more of a Charlotte Mason style. We also do some unit studies in science and sometimes history. However, we don't do the all-encompassing unit studies where you just add the math. We've also created curriculum that we use ourselves, and we've done some online self-paced courses. So I would definitely say at this point in my homeschooling career, at this point in my children's schooling, we are more eclectic in our homeschooling. If you are wondering what your homeschool style is and how to find out, Rebecca Spooner at Homeschool On has developed a test, and I did something very interesting. I took the test as myself, I had Katie take it, and I took it from the point of view of Sophie. Because I wanted to see, like, what are our styles? Do we even match? So Katie was predominantly Charlotte Mason with a splash of traditional, which is what I thought she'd be. I was Charlotte Mason with a splash of unit studies. And Sophie was pretty much even with traditional and Charlotte Mason. None of us had classical. So like I said, I will link that test in the description box below. I think it's super interesting to take that from the point of view of your kids and yourself and just see if you're all on the same page. So right now for us, I think we're exactly where we're supposed to be in terms of what curriculum we're using and the style or methods that we're employing in our homeschool. So here's a few takeaways from this discussion. First, make sure that your homeschool style fits your whole family, at least to the best that you can. If you have a lot of kids, you may not be able to individually suit everybody, but if there's kind of an overarching theme, maybe you could go with that. So rather than just focusing on yourself, also bring in your kids to the conversation and try to determine what everybody would thrive with. Also, it's okay for your homeschool to change over the years. It's fine for your homeschool to change over the years, and it's fine for your homeschooling style to change. Maybe you go through seasons. Maybe you need a certain style at a certain time, and then maybe it's easier in another season not to do that style. One thing that I have learned is that some styles work best at different ages. So for example, unit studies and unschooling might not work as well for high school because they're just a little bit harder to claim credits for, and high schoolers need credits and they need transcripts. Not that you can't do it, it's just a little bit harder. It's probably a lot easier to use a classical style, Charlotte Mason, or traditional, or something like that with your high school student, just in that season of homeschooling. Unit studies are probably a whole lot easier to use with elementary and possibly middle school kids. So also, another takeaway is just that it's okay to have a mix of styles and be eclectic. It's okay to step outside the box. And if you're a classical homeschooler that really loves worksheets, I promise I won't tell anybody. And before you go, remember the combined playlist will be located in my description box below as well as on my end screen. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.